this is Mark. I work at one of the Apple retail store. Today I'm going to help you design about the new Macbook Pro 2012 15-inch. The thing is, people got confused because the Pro 15 is now available in two different types, the regular one and Retina display one. So we have 4 models, so which one to choose? This video is not a review. If you want to watch a reviews, I would suggest you go to the Apple site and watch that keynote made by Phil Schiller. He did a great job on that stage. But I'm going to teach you and help you how to choose one out of these 4. What would be the best value? So, first of all, you have to understand the difference between regular ones and the Retina display one. What would be the advantage? If you go for the regular ones, you got optical drive. This is the regular one. You got optical drive, and if you go for the regular one, you got something called Ethernet port. Ethernet port. But if you buy this one, the Retina display, even though you don't have the Ethernet port, you can buy an adapter called Thunderbolt to Ethernet, and also the optical drive costs you separately only $79. So, but the Retina display is better than this one because first, of course, it's Retina display. You get 4 times more pixel density. You get faster hard drives up to 4 times when you're trying to copy things, or it's 2 times faster when you boot it up. But it's no big deal because if you have this one, I've seen many people, they have never turned their Mac off. Just close the list and let it sleep. So that's no big deal. Of course, it's lighter. It's lighter. And this one allows you to increase one. Let's say you got this one, you can increase them up to 8. And for this one, it 8 already. And I hate this thing. If you buy the older generation of MacBook Pro, which is this 2011 MacBook Pros, last year model, Apple is allowed to increase the RAMs up to 16. But this one allows to go up to only 8 gigabytes. Even though, of course, they might say, well, with 1600 megahertz DDR3 RAMs, who care? So, for this one, the Retina display models allow you to increase the RAMs up to 16. But it's not that simple. If you need 16 gigabytes of RAM, you have to increase the RAM from the original purchase date. You have to go to select and increase the RAM and order it from Apple. You cannot open up the enclosures and add more RAMs by yourself later on. So it's a different story. So, I'm going to give you the guided tour about how to select all of this stuff. So first of all, both of them have GT 650 amps. Latest version of the NVIDIA graphic chips is 60% faster than the predecessor. USB 3, you got 2 ports of USB 3 and 2 Thunderbolt port. Both of them have dual microphones. Both of them have like free upgrades for the mountain lions. And of course 7 hours of battery life. So, I'll give you the shortcut. I would suggest this one is the winner. Why? I'll give you the answer. If you really want to go for this one because you don't like the external, suggest this one. Don't buy this one. Because why? You pay $400 more, you got faster graphics. Okay, from 512 to 1 gigs. You got faster processor from 3.3 to 3.6. You got more RAM pre-equipped from the factory, 4 to 8. You know, the genuine Kingston KTA preloaded. And you got larger hard drive, so it makes perfect sense to pay $400 more. You get faster processor, more RAM, larger hard drive, and you get more RAM for the graphics. So you get faster graphics. So I would suggest this one if you insist to go for the older design without Retina display. And to be perfect, let me add something from my experience, from my expertise. The thing is, I'll give you a clue. If you buy this one, and then you go to select and you add, probably you change hard drive to 512 flash storage, you gotta pay $1,000 more, $1,000. So you have to pay this much, but you have lost Retina display, you have lost 8 gigs of RAM, and you have lost 1 gigs of graphics. But the reason why that I decided to, because this one is a real revolution. Because the thing is, in the past, one of the worst downsides of the MacBook Pro 15 is it was always very heavy to carry. It was bulky, large, huge, heavy. But this time, it's even lighter than the 13-inch MacBook Pro. So, I encourage you to buy this one because let's say they are exactly the same price. Okay, don't worry about the processor because they're both quad-core. You want to see it different, and you have to do, CPU-intensive tasks like, let's say, editing movies, copy a file, duplicate a file. They get 8 gigs of RAM, but the flash storage is faster than this one. When you're trying to boot it up, it's 2 times faster. When you copy things up, it's 4 times faster. And with the Thunderbolt port, or you can buy an Apple accessory called Thunderbolt to FireWire 800, then you can reuse your existing FireWire drive. You can transfer all your content, even the OS, out to an external drive. You got exactly the same, GPU. So the thing is, if you are a photographer, of course, if you are a photographer, you must have this one with a Retina display. You play game, you buy this one. You really love to read news and stories on the website, you buy this one. And lastly, if you are a kind of person, let's say you are a stockbroker, you're a billionaire, you have to take care of your stock ports every day. I'll give you an example. You want to see stocks. You want to see these types of chart. This is the first generation iPad, and as you can see that the screen doesn't provide enough pixel to drive accurate amounts of pixel that allow to see these small tiny figures clearly. So sometimes you can make mistake. That's why you still have to buy newspaper. So if you're kind of person, probably you might have to sit 3 or 4 hours a day watching your stock ports on your MacBooks. I would suggest the Retina display. So the thing is, my conclusions would be, let me add more why. I will not suggest this one as I said earlier. Okay, you pay $400, but you got this one. And you might wonder, Mark, why didn't you suggest this one? Because this one is 2.6, who cares, 8 gigs of RAMs. You're gonna pay more for 512 and same capacity for the graphics memory. But you're gonna pay more, $600 more. So I would suggest this one or this one. So you make your own choice. Okay, you make your own choice. Of course, you need internal drive, DVD drive. You need, of course, Ethernet port. But you know what? The internal drive, if you buy an external one, $79. Ethernet port, you can buy cheap adapter from Apple, Thunderbolts to Ethernet. But for this one, it's perfect. Retina display up to 4 times more pixel density, and you get faster storage. This is the SSD, up to 4 times faster, and it's way lighter than that one. And of course, allows you to increase the RAMs up to 16. But you gotta do that on the original purchase date via the Apple site. You gotta go to select, because you cannot add the RAMs later on by yourself. and I would suggest this one. One more time that the thing is, both of them allow you to upgrade to Mountain Lion for free. They all have 7 hours of battery life. They all have GT 650M graphics from NVIDIA. 60% faster than the top of the line predecessor. 2 USB 3 ports and 2 Thunderbolt ports across the entire line. If you ask Mark Pubate, I would suggest this one is the winner. This one comes second. So here is the new MacBook Pro 15-inch. If you are a photographer, if you do video editing, Final Cut Pro 10. If you're a billionaire, if you're a stockbroker, if you have to take care of your stock horse every day, if you're a kind of reading-oriented person, you gotta read all the things, safaris, ebooks, websites, playing high-end games. I would suggest the 15 Retina display. Lastly, I have to say, rest in peace the 17-inch MacBook Pro, as I have predicted. They have discontinued the 17-inch MacBook Pro. But I don't blame them, because for the consider the first quarters of 2012, we have sold only 50,000 units of 17-inch MacBook Pro. But we have sold 1.5 million units of MacBook Air. I decided to make a clips about the 15 because this one is a flagship this time. It's a huge change. It's only laptops models with Retina display. Thanks for watching.